Oh, am I live? Really? Are we really live? Yeah, there ain't nobody watching. How come nobody watches this crap? Saturday, man. You know, you gotta have something decent to do besides sit around this freaking place and be fucking. Dudes, I'm old. I mean, I mean, when I talk to somebody, like if I talk to, um, you know, people in their 20s, yeah, I kind of, real quick, they're a lot younger and I'm a lot older because I'm older than their parents, usually. And but I'm talking to somebody in their like mid to late 30s or 40s and on. I don't realize sometimes the age disparity. Like I know a lot of people that are like 20 or more years younger than me that I talk to them as like equals and stuff. I don't ever lord my what do you call it, my old age or my experience. Well, I've been around a lot longer than you have, so I know a lot more. I don't lord that over people or anything. And sometimes I will. If it's warranted. Somebody's totally in the dark, or someone say, "Hey, wait a minute. I was doing this shit a long time ago." I won't like try to embarrass them or anything. But the thing is, what I mean is, God damn it, my bike's about to fall, and I'm gonna freak. That motherfucker falls, I'm gonna be pissed. I've been getting harassed for for actually since the house burnt down, which was September of 2019. So it's been almost 2 years. I've been continuously harassed, treated like shit, both by everybody, um, and you know, not one person has offered to help. As in, like, you'd think somebody might offer, hey, do you need to go get your ID since your wallet and all your shit burned up in the fire? Not one person ever offered to help do that. No. A lot of people came over and stole shit from me and mom. A lot of people, I guess, from what I from what I'm starting to gather more and more, but I don't know a whole lot of specifics. People are out there committing crimes and blaming it on me, and I don't do shit, and haven't. I'm not that kind of guy. If I'm broke, I'm broke. Fuck it. I don't need something. There's nothing I need that bad, except maybe food. And if it was food, there's a lot of churches, there's a lot of people around here willing to help out. That's the way I've always been. And these people, man, they're. I don't get hardly any sleep, and what I do, like, I'm covered in these freaking weird parasites, I guess I would call them, that fucking freak me out. I wake up in horror. I wake up screaming and cussing, and it takes me like 2 hours to calm down sometimes. And I'm 59, and I wake up like that, and I never have in my motherfucking life. People are constantly fucking personally assaulting me. Um, they spray this shit on me. They get messed up. This Chromebook, when I bought it, it was like, hey, all right. It didn't take too long for the crap that they were spraying to mess up the keys, and now it only works because, thank God, I have an extra keyboard with a Bluetooth, and even that thing don't work so good because it gets the same gas on it and stuff, or whatever it's called, liquids, the poisons or whatever it is, because I tell you what, they're not doing shit to help me or my mom. Me and my mom can both barely walk now since we've been in this house, and it's something to do with this freaking house, man, and the people that are behind it. When we came in here, the ice machine. Now, this was this house was built in '86 originally, and it was kind of a, I used to build for the builders, and this was one of the cheaper ones, and I mean, not all the fancy, stuff, and but it had an ice maker in the refrigerator. And we came in here, and there were things like the tub that was in the guest bathroom still has rust spots in it and stuff that I've tried to scrub out, but you can only scrub so much with these fiberglass type things. Um, there was um, screens that are missing on like on the Lanai. They basically kind of rushed out of here, and they stacked all the hurricane shutters just in one pile against the wall. I would think when I did something for a guy and we had hurricane shutters, I built a rack for all of them. And I told him, I said, hey, we got the wood. I built a rack so they were all stacked up, not all in one big pile. But I mean that's kind of mock snicks. But I mean stuff that ain't working right, like not having an ice maker, man. Down here in Florida, you need one, or else you're going to be buying bags of ice all the time. And you open a can of soda, a half hour later, that thing is warm. Like right now, last night was down, I guess, in the 60s, low 60s, and that's probably the coldest weather we'll have until September or October. Probably September. Sometime in September, we'll probably get some kind of mild front come down or something. But this front that came down yesterday and stuff is the last front we're going to see. Usually, this is the coldest it's going to be for a while. Hold on, let me. I really do have to. I did something really cool. I'll show you in a few minutes. Let me go run around. I got to find something to eat too. I haven't eaten. I'm dirty. I need a shower. I want to get out of here and go eat, do stuff. And I'm having a hard time doing it. Very hard time. That's these people. Damn. Gas line for that. Two places. Not just two places, but 8 places. Fucking line. Fucking put that shit, fucking asshole. God damn them. God damn you, bitch. Hey, Mom. Get these fuckers off my motherfucking ass. These fucking assholes that are doing this shit, that are running this shit, that started this motherfucking shit, that keep it going, and got these other motherfuckers on my ass about to fucking kill my ass for fucking nothing, because they're too stupid to fucking check and see if there's any facts. Well, god damn it. The motherfuckers that started this motherfucking shit, they've been gaslighting my ass. See, this place is a fucking mess, right? Every night I try to clean this place up, every day. There's this fucking they harassed me the whole time. The fucking they repoured the concrete in a lot of these rooms, and they've got hydraulics or air and hydraulics under them, and they can pitch the room. And every time I make a move, like I'm talking, if I reach for something, they pitch it. I thought it was just to fuck your balance up. It is, but it's also to fucking break your bones, because the bones in my hips, the bones in my lower back are fucking just deteriorating so bad, and that's exactly why it is. And I fucking I said, hey man, I don't fucking steal, I don't fucking shoplift, I don't fucking fuck people. I've invited people into my home, and everything that I've done, they fucking acted like I was the bad guy. Like, what did I do bad by trying to help people? Somebody's out there spreading lies about me, and it's bullshit. And these motherfuckers don't give a fuck. They about killed my mom. They're gonna fucking kill us both and take our shit. They're fucking murderers, man. This is bullshit, man. I mean, this is real motherfucking life. And the cops, there ain't a motherfucker. I can't get anybody to talk to me. Not one motherfucker has helped me in fucking over 2 years. Every gift I've been given has been a left-handed gift. Every fucking, I tried to talk to a lawyer, like, when this shit first started going, because I didn't know what was going on. I go, man, somebody's fucking with me now, and this ain't right. It can't be the cops, because the shit they're doing ain't cop-like. And come to find out what it is, but it's also other people, and it's also fucking, but I couldn't even talk to a lawyer because somebody comes behind me. They've got my phone ghosted. They fucking, they know I would say they know every word that I say. I'm like, I don't know how. I know that my bike obviously was kind of easy, a big old bulky bike like that to, hide shit in. But I don't know what to look for. I'm kind of old, I'm used to find, if you're going to find something that's going to look like something, it could be as small as a transistor or something, I guess. That, I wouldn't even know what it would look like. And it could be hidden in the fucking tire. It could be hidden. Because I've had people give me gifts that just didn't seem right, Like I had an iPod thing, and the electrician just happened to be here. And he said, oh, that's something's weird with that iPod thing. You need to maybe not use it because it's doing something. I was like, huh. So this was, it was an electrician. He was here checking the circuits. There's circuit breakers in the panel that blow by remote. I know that. I know they blow by remote because I'll say something wrong and all of a sudden click. But I've never had anybody actually in my house fucking with me. I've had them outside my house fucking with me before. But the last couple of years, it's like I can't even sleep. I wake up and I shit crawling on me. I'm fucking freaking. I'm screaming. It shouldn't be like that. I've had absolutely no respect, no matter who it is. Occasionally I do. I mean, I try to maintain. I try to act as an adult. I know I can get crazy and I can get ignorant, but usually that's either just kidding around or that's when pushed way to the extreme. Like right now, I need sleep. I need to be off my feet. And if I go lay down in the bedroom, I'm not going to be able to. The only time I've slept is when I'm so tired that I absolutely pass out and my body just lets me sleep. And then there's shit, man. Like my hair, man, I split dyed it, but then I put more stuff because it looked all right, but it was kind of goofy. But also I was hoping sometimes the stuff kills sometimes, and it hasn't done what I thought it would, like it did like sometimes. And I can't get any help. I don't know who to go to. I don't know who to ask for help. I can't ask anybody. There's nobody I trust anymore. Right? Everybody it seems like is they say that, I don't know, man, I don't know. with everything that's happened. Um, I'm scared to. And I told people this for a while, quite a while. Hey man, weird shit's going on around me. I don't want to bring any that weird shit to you. And people are usually like, okay, and come to find out, and I found this out a long time ago, that most people know a lot more about what's happening with and to me than me. I swear. So they have to. I hear snippets of conversation once in a while. I don't get enough to get a coherent picture quite, but I have an idea. Um, I know that I've tried to get out of this so many times, tried to leave. I can't do a damn thing. And right now, because of my mom, I don't dare leave her. There's nobody that'll take care of her. There's not one motherfucker. We don't have any relatives down here. She doesn't have any relatives that could actually take care of her, and I'm kind of like it, I guess, for now. And I've never been in this type of situation. And like this morning, I got up. I was trying to work on my bike, and I got a new saw that cost a lot of money. Well, because it's a hand saw, but it's one that I like. I used to use it as a carpenter, and I like the design. I like everything about it, so I had to buy it. What? I couldn't just buy a cheap substitute. My Makita got stolen. Nobody, the fire people that were supposed to be, doing everything of mine that I lost. Nobody said one word. They kind of ignored me, like they were shitting on me. I mean, seriously, and they really did. And I was like, well, nothing, not one thing, not even my mom didn't get. We got a few little snippets of help, and that was it. And I tell you what, and that's why I have I try to make friends, and I try to treat people the way I think they should be, as in good. Somebody, I have had instances where people have blatantly ripped me off, and it's like, well, I don't really want them around anymore. You know what I mean? Because, and you can tell me, oh, they didn't do it. Well, too bad. I don't want them around. You know what I mean? But I mean, I'm not it's not like everybody. I'm not crotchety like a crotchety old man sometimes. But right now, I'm crotchety tired, and I'm crotchety. My bones hurt, and I couldn't even get done today what I wanted to. I got a few things done, but I didn't get what. It's constant harassment. And what they're going to do, what these assholes are going to do, they say one thing to one person and one thing to another. Oh, you're doing fine. You do fine. What they're going to do is they're going to sit there and say, look at this mess. All he wants to do is sit around and do drugs and sit on his ass all the time. Dude, I can barely even stand up, and these assholes are fucking with me and shit. How in the fuck? Where do they come from that they're fucking? What do they think? Go beat up on the cripple, man. Let's I mean, seriously, I wouldn't kill myself. I would beat my own ass if I did something like that. That is like heinous. I mean, God, you can be an asshole, but these motherfuckers are taking it. They're using poison gas. They're using fucking shit. What do you call them? Some kind of parasite shit. That's what I'm trying to get off my face and shit, and I don't know how to fucking get rid of it. And stuff that I've never seen ever in my life. And they think it's funny. They're using CIA tactics, which the CIA, they fight dirty, of course. And you have to sometimes when you're against a foreign government or terrorism or something. But I'm no fucking terrorist, and I'm no foreign government, and I don't do fucking shit. So this bullshit, like I was walking in a store a couple of weeks ago, and it's kind of weird when you walk into a store and people were looking out of place, and it's like, well, I just come in and do a little shopping, and And I hear one guy tell the cashier girl, not, and she was a girl, she wasn't that old, she was probably 20s or something. And he goes, I heard him say, yeah, I keep an eye on him. And who the hell do you think you're talking about? No, I'm not. I'm not paranoid. Yeah, I am, because they're out. They're out to get me, man. But is that paranoia or is that reality? So anyway, blatantly, yeah, I keep an eye on him. Like, what am I gonna do? I don't shoplift. I don't steal. I don't do shit like that. And here I got people out there spreading false rumors about me, um, everywhere I go, and I know that. I've seen that. I've seen the way people look at me. I walk into a store, never been in. Hey, how you doing? Everything's cool. Oh, 2 days later, total change of icy. I'm like, wow. What the fuck? And when you've seen that pattern over a period of 2 years almost, and you're like, wow, you start to pick up on a few things. God damn. And I really haven't heard that much. I've heard conversations about me quite a bit, about how shit. I think most people think that me fucking hurting and shit, they've been told probably I'm faking it or something, because they look at me like I'm a piece of shit or something. It's like, motherfucker, I'd rather work. I like talking to people. I like making money. Work's the only way I know how to make money. Fuck. Serious. All my life I worked. And now I got these cocksuckers, and a lot of them are imported. They must have some kind of what do you call it, gang stalker network or some shit. And I don't even, I go, what the fuck have I done? What do you motherfuckers think I've done? And nobody will talk to me. It's like, what the fuck? How fair is that? That's not fair at all, especially when I haven't done anything and somebody is lying about me. And if I have to, if I have any shit where I'm in front of, I'm going to start at the beginning. I'm just going to say, hey man, this person here was talking to this person. I heard him say this and this, and they knew that I wasn't into crime, so they kind of hush, but I still heard stuff because they'd be hanging out sometimes in my garage talking, and you can't help it over here. And I just thought they were just kidding around, but it turns out it was a total reality, and that's what they pulled on me, because they know I don't use computer. I never had a computer till 4 or 5 years ago. I've had 3 so far. I've had 2 Chromebooks, and I had one that lasted about 3 months. I think it was a nice laptop too, and it's the only computers I've ever had. So I really I get lost a lot. I'm getting better, but I can't navigate around. I've never used Facebook, never, and I have people that I say, hey, would you go on Facebook and see if I have an account or something there? And people are real. Most people are real sketchy to me, and about when I ask them questions about stuff, that which says to me, a lot of people know what's going on, and a lot of people have been told to keep their mouths shut. And I'm just tired of being treated like shit. Never in my life. I've lived in some rough places up in Jersey. I've lived some crazy places down here in Florida, but and I used to drink kind of heavy, and oh hell, I can be kind of ignorant and crazy myself. But even in those younger, crazy, hell-raising, loud-ass pickup, big parties, with the crew and shit, yelling and screaming and rock and roll. I was never the bad guy ever. Somebody needed, they knew that I could provide manpower, I could provide knowledge to help them fix stuff. And I had guys that were on my side. And until, until this house burned down, I thought I was, of course I've been a little reclusive because of my being sick and all with not being able to walk. I've had to stay away from people because my blood pressure gets high, and the pain and the fucking blood pressure makes me start cussing. And I have had to stay away from people, and that's what I did for a couple of years. I did that. I stayed away from people. I had to learn how to cope with being like a tenth as fast as I used to be. Like when I clean the garage, it takes me 10 times as long. I can't, and if I'm interrupted, people don't understand that when I'm interrupted, it really takes a chunk out of it, and so now, especially with having to help mom more, it's even worse. And I got up this morning. I wanted to use my saw. I said I wasn't going to use my saw until I was ready to cut something and make something or do something. I wasn't just going to start it up and run it over a piece of wood just to watch it work, So I did a thing for my bicycle on the battery rack for the other side where I cut a piece of wood and notched it and everything, so I could slide it down in there and put a battery or something on the other side. And the layout was everything. It's nothing fancy. It's just the first thing I've done with my saw. And I cut a groove down it so it could set on the metal, and the two tongues sit on the things. And I'm going to screw up. It's got a plate on the bottom. I'm going to screw up through it so it's solid, and I can stick a battery on here instead of having it in my basket, because in my basket it makes it steer kind of weird sometimes, all that weight. And sometimes I do need to take backup batteries. But so that was my wood cutting project for today, and it came out good. The one thing I do know how to do real well is use a saw, and very well. I can do all kinds of stuff with it. I don't recommend people to do what I do, because I had somebody that was trying to do something I did, and I had told him, don't try to do stuff like me because I'm dangerous, and I've been doing this all my life. And he actually cut half his thumb off, which is pretty heavy duty, man. Cut my thumb off. I'm like, oh God, here it is, Friday afternoon, payday. Almost done, 2:30, oh man. So it was like kind of a panic, and he had surgery, but he's a carpenter. He turned out into a good carpenter. After that, I think, he was a little more careful, but, stuff happens. You can always, something can happen anytime, something catastrophic you can't do anything about. So, I can't say that people that have been injured, but for any reason, I've been injured, but not like not with the tools so much. Oh, with hammers. Oh yes, I have blasted my fingers and thumbs. I've still got a broken toe from 1995 when I was going to chip. The concrete was high, had to knock it off, and it was real hard concrete because it was been there for a month or so. And I'm wailing on the concrete, and it glanced off and hit the knuckle of my big toe, and that big toe still bothers me. 25, almost 30 years later. But I mean, I fell and jumped. So I knew I was going, like a gable fell over. I was nailing, and I was overbalanced. And it was my fault. I think it was only like 12 feet in the air. And there was a big pile of the foam foil covered board down on the ground. And, they put a piece of plywood on either end when they strap it to protect it, And this one guy that was working, and he happened to be Mexican. He was a good guy too. And he used a piece of that plywood. He opened it and he cut a piece for his project that he was doing on a wall. And then he put the plywood back on top of there. So when I jumped and I threw my nail gun and and I threw the piece of wood away from me, and I went, yeah, like Bruce Willis or something, with my heavy nail bags, and my knees My feet hit the ground. My knees went into the foam, which was good because the foam it kind of broke my. It didn't hurt my knees, but man, my whole upper body smacked onto that plywood. Bam! And I came back and just reeling, and I was like, dropped my bags and ran into the shade. Said, I'm done, I'm done, like a little baby. But the Mexican told me like a day or so later, man, he's like, I put that piece of plywood back on there. I said, I know. I said, but you did the right thing. I said, how could you know that I was going to fall off and hit right on that son of a bitch? So, he thought maybe I'd be mad or something. For what? You're supposed to like get a trampoline underneath where I'm working or something? Come on. Can't do that. Well, anyway, so the more of these guys have armies of people. It's like I didn't realize for the longest time. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, I said, wait a minute, I started looking around thinking, I said, man, and I don't, I just don't. I'm in my house, okay. Wherever you live, that's your house or whatever. I don't care if you're renting or whatever. But, it's your personal area, and to have people fuck with you in your personal area, like it is so bad that when I try to go to sleep at night, like the other night, I feel my bed bouncing, and I'm like, okay, fuck this. It's like 2 a.m. I am so tired. My bones hurt, and I just want to lay down and rest and sleep for a little while. And I jump up, and I'm like, fuck this, and I have to get my bike going and get the fuck out of the house. So then, it turned, and I'm not doing drugs that much, I say. Because there for a while when this thing was first set up, oh yeah, I was doing quite a bit. If I ran out, people were getting me high, and stuff. And I really, really, really consciously curtailed it. It's kind of I didn't realize, yes, there you can become addicted, and it's like fuck, I was always a heavy drinker. I can always quit. And there were times when I quit under duress. I'm serious, and I quit. But yeah, I know how alcohol was with me, and this is kind of hard, and it's I don't know how to say it. It's not like yeah, I've seen guys doing heroin, opioids or whatever, where they get like sick. It's not like sick. I think I get ornery, but I shouldn't. I'm forcing myself to stay awake at night because at night is when these people walk into my house. They'll walk into my room. And it's like that kind of scares me. It really upsets me. It makes me feel like I'm violated. Where I have absolutely not a shred of privacy. They don't treat me with any decency. They treat me like a dog, like you treat a dog. That's the way they treat me. That's the way I feel like I'm being treated like a dog or a lab rat or something, And I can hear them talking well, they're using their narcissistic superior minds to explain why I'm doing something when they don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. They think I'm up to something bad because somebody's got their head so far up their ass that they can't quit lying because they'll get in trouble, big trouble, I think. And I tell the truth, and I'm still probably, they're not going to believe me, no, I didn't do that. Oh, well, we got 2 people. It's bullshit. Got a bunch of fucking dopey lackeys. And by dopey, I mean, it's easy to bribe somebody when I guess, and I've seen it, bribe them with dope when they're dope addicts. Oh yeah, give me. And and make them believe shit, but I mean, when we first moved over to that other house after this house burnt down, and I was so glad. I was like, oh man, I can rest. I can lay down in a bed. Nobody will be bothering me. It's not like being in a motel where I've got to rush in, rush out. And I'd be laying in bed, and all of a sudden I hear a door slam. And I think, oh, mom's home. I better help her with the groceries or whatever. And I look out, and there's no car. And I'm like, wow, the people were going through the house, and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? All kinds of weird stuff. And that's when it started. I was like, what the hell? And the furniture that we're given, I got this one chair here. It's like a dining chair, and I've noticed, it should either be flat or tilt slightly to the rear. It's just the way it is. This thing is made. It sits at an angle like this. It's very uncomfortable to sit on. But I didn't notice this for a long time because it came from a set of 4, and I think we have 2 or 3 left too. Now, sometimes I would. And there's. I think if I ever restart my company, which I may, I don't know. It just all depends. And if I did it, it'd probably be just to help whoever was my helper, worker, or something, whatever, and to where I would just, I don't mind teaching people. I like how to. There's big business in hanging and doing things like hanging curtains and blinds and stuff, where somebody moves in and helping people and not screwing them. I'm talking about actually, hey, give them a, like I used to do a lot of kitchens because I did kitchen cabinets for a long time, and I would go to one of these stores where they could buy either pre-built or they could get what I call the knockdowns, where they come in a box, and they're thin, and I got to put them together. Now I have bid jobs once where I didn't take the knockdown time into account, because it does take a little bit of time to put them together, and you got to be careful. And sometimes you have to rework it. If they've sat in any humidity for any amount of time, you're kind of in trouble. And Florida has a lot of humidity, so I'm always like, make sure we get it and do it. You know what I mean? Get it new, get it in there. But even taking the into account the 5 or 6 hours that it took me to assemble the cabinets before I installed them, I didn't get rich. I mean, I made some money. I wouldn't say I lost money. I say I would have made more if somehow I forgot it, in the bid. And I couldn't very well tell the guy, hey man, I could have, but I said, well, I paid my bills. It was a side job in between houses. Sometimes it takes time to get the concrete or the block or whatever done, so the carpenters can move in. Yeah, shoot, yeah, I'll take on a side job, and I still made decent money. But I mean, I wasn't going to try to. I didn't want the guy to walk away with a bad taste in his mouth. Like, hey, he stuck me for more than and I really didn't get. I didn't really get screwed, and I think all the jobs I've done, I've done a lot of those jobs when I was younger, because I wasn't getting paid much on my regular job, so I was, most of the time. So I was like, well, I would work nights, I would work weekends all the time, because more money meant more comfort, basically. The more I worked, the less I could drink, the less I could, get spend on other things. And I did that when I moved back down from up north with my first wife. I worked nights on my own. I told the guy at the cabinet shop, I said, anybody comes in, I don't care. If you don't want it, send it my way. I said, even if it's stupid. I'd reglue the Formica on the doors. There'd be Formica coming loose because they were using the hot glue machines, and they're running through quick, and it wasn't perfect. And I get thing of glue, and I go and I get all the doors and I do it. Or European hinges where you got a whole long line across the kitchen. Oh, they look beautiful when they're all lined up, but after a while they're heavy and they kind of get out of line. They look like crap and they don't shut right. Well, I knew how to adjust them. They were like 6-way adjustable hinges, and I used to know how to do that. And I could walk in there and do it fairly quick. And 2 months later, he might call me back. Hey, they're out a little bit. No problem. I'll come back and do it again. And keep the guys happy. I always have plumbers on call because you get on these old houses, and oh man, if you don't have a plumber, and one thing that I don't know why, but plumbing is like the worst thing. I went to Home Depot. Mom needed something like S thing underneath the sink in the kitchen or something, and I went there like 4 times. And the last time I went there, I had to ask somebody that I knew from working with them years before. I said, "Can you tell me what I need?" And that's my brain just didn't work on the plumbing for some reason. Just like different stuff, or I don't know, short circuited me. So I really, really, really love plumbers. I mean, seriously, they got a lot of shit to put up with, But I don't get any sleep. I would go get a motel room if I could, but it doesn't matter where I go. It doesn't matter what I do. I'm gonna get fucked with. Right now I'm getting sprayed with some kind of crap. It comes down like a fine sand. I take a shower. If it'll go through most clothing. That's why I wear sometimes these yoga pants that people go, they kind of fit tight, but they're fine mesh, and they keep that crap out a lot of times. And you see me scratching and shit. Well, I think some of it is larvae or eggs of parasites. Some of it's not. Some of it's actual fucking like poison and shit. That I believe accumulates in your body over time. And now I don't believe that just because you're rich doesn't make you smart, and doesn't make you, or you're going to do things my way, or we're going to murder you. And that's kind of the attitude these people, I think, have. And I think, and I'm pretty sure, and the reason I say this is because the way I was treated. The one time when I asked for help a few times, but usually I'm blown off. When you're blown off like really big, then when you ask and you're like, okay, screw it, I'm not even going to talk to them, because they're just in it too. But they're just letting these people come in, pick and choose, and clean up the how would I say, the socially unacceptable. If you're on, if you're homeless, if you're any kind of anything, they just pick and choose who they take on, and they've been harassing me for 2 years, and they haven't let up. I haven't stolen anything. I haven't done anything. I haven't done anything. I'm not I don't do that kind of crap. I'm old. God, I'm 59. I was going to do that crap. I'd have been in my 20s. So I didn't do it then because I was too busy being married and trying to get a real job, Shit. So that's why I'm saying somebody's out there totally lying about this crap. And yeah, I'm pissed off about it. And yeah, I think that somebody ought to pull their heads out of their asses and talk to me and find out what's really going on, and let me know too, so that I can stay away from these motherfuckers. I get tired of fucking sitting, like right now. They're outside my fucking garage doors here, man. I don't know if sometimes they're cops, sometimes they're other people. God damn, what happens if I hurt one of them, I know one thing though, when I'm riding my bike, like I like to ride at 2, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. There's no traffic. It's nice usually, but I am a little paranoid about getting run over, but I still got quick reflexes, kinda, and I can still dive into the ditch, I hope. but they really haven't they haven't killed me. Um, somebody says something like, you know, they're leaving it up to you. Well, I'm not suicidal at all. I'm more, you know, pissed off. You know, I don't get all. I get depressed once in a while, but that's only because it really sucks. I mean, it really sucks. You know, I don't feel like I can go anywhere or do anything without somebody, somebody right up my ass. You know, I don't know if they get gas vouchers or what. You know, but you know, sometimes I'll see the same car. You know, I mean, come on. You know, you live somewhere. You know, people drive places. You know, but when I first started noticing, I was like, wow, are you kidding me? I said, wait a minute. Now I started. It, um, it's not that so much that I'm stupid. It's just that I hate to believe that people are really that way, and you know, that's one reason I think they were. It was so easy to put shit over on me because I am kind of honest and straight up. If the way I am to you is pretty much the way I am, you know, I'm not gonna. If I'm mad, I'm mad right in front of you. I want you to know that I'm mad. If well, there's a reason for it. If you know that I'm mad, maybe usually I'm not. Usually I'm not mad. It's not like, oh, I'm crazy mad. Usually I'm mad because you have done something to piss me off, and you know, I want you to know, so you know, maybe you don't do it again, or maybe you just stay away from me, or whatever. You know, that's kind of my reasoning, and I always thought that was a good way to be. I would rather somebody come up to me and say that they were mad at me, and I have had people do that, and I like that. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, and I'll apologize, or else I say kiss my ass or whatever. But if somebody doesn't say anything and they go behind me and stab me in the back, now that's kind of fucked up. You can't tell me. You can't say, hey, man, you know, I think you're a dick because of this. Well, I'm sorry, man. Maybe I'll try to change it, or maybe I won't. But then I won't be getting stabbed in the back. But this seems like the last couple of years, I've been stabbed in the back a lot. A lot. I've had thousands of dollars worth of tools stolen. Nobody gave a fuck. Not the cops, not these fire people that did all the work with their left-handed bullshit, not hooking up the ice maker. You know how much, you know how hard it is to get. If I call a plumber to come in here and to hook up that ice maker, it's going to be a couple $100 because they got to run a water line through the roof, and that should have been done. That was on the original print. It was here, and it was in, and that was to me a blatant slap in the face. There were a few things that were like that where they just left it crap, and I think they were hoping they would have more time, and mom was anxious to move in, and I think they were scared of me coming around maybe and finding shit. But I didn't come over here for a long time. I was just so how would you say, upset, burnt out, sick of the bullshit. I just, why would I come over here? Why would I come over to this house when they weren't doing anything for the longest time? And you know, finally, so hey, they're working on your house. Well, even then, I didn't want to. You know, I rode by, I think, in the back seat of mom's car, and I looked at it and said, "Okay, good, they're doing something." And it took forever for them to reach a point to where it even looked like it was done. So it was like, okay, I see, you know, how they're doing it. And like this house being a mess right now, my mom can't do a whole lot at all. She can barely even walk. And I have, it's bad for me too. I mean, there's something about this house is making so we can't hardly even move. And I sit here like, look at this. I'm talking to you. I should be thinking about what I'm going to do for dinner. I haven't even had lunch. You know, I had breakfast. I had a egg muffin type thing, and I had a couple little pieces of chocolate, and that's all I've had all day. And I'm starving. I've been starving, and I should be thinking about what I'm going to eat for lunch. And here it is, 4 something. I haven't even eaten freaking lunch. I haven't taken a shower. I worked on my bike all morning, and every move I made, this, I don't know how they can see exactly so close, but they're trying to fuck my joints up. I believe they're trying to break my bones. Is what I really think that's what they're doing. I think it's some shit They can say balance and all this shit. It's not just balance. It's they're also bone breakers and stuff. These people, I hurt so bad from that crap, and I know a lot of us from that. I mean, my bones hurt bad. I mean, real bad. And I try not to bitch about that stuff. The only time I get pissed is when somebody's doing it, and I start calling them names, and then they get more pissed and they do it more. It's a cycle of stupidity. But you know what? I'm not hurting them except by calling them names. But they are hurting me, and they do it with a vengeance. Like the other night, I said, I said I'm going to try not to cuss, and I didn't cuss hardly any. But it was like a certain time came around, and I think it may have been a shift change or something, and all of a sudden it got real bad. And I'm like, every time somebody new comes in, I'm, they come in and they just start beating on me. It's like, what the hell, man? These people, I don't even know who they are. Um, and they, if I would have, when I was young, if I would have ran into an organization or whatever you call it like this, I would have been, man, no, that ain't right. Beating up on people, hurting people that are probably, some of them are the poorest, that could use some help. Instead, you're kicking them when they're down. And it's like stealing my tools and stuff. That's the only things I have to make money, and it's hard enough for me to do it. And yet they stole my carpentry and my cabinetry tools. It's like, damn, every tool I bought, every tool I like if I had a job like doing countertops, I used to do a lot of countertops. Um, I remember the belt sander I bought, I was like, I had it for a long time. I remember one of the routers I bought, all that stuff, the jobs I used them on, how I paid for them. I paid for them by working. And, so, okay, you got to take $100 out of my, off the top of my pay for the tools I had to buy too, but the next job I had, more tools, I didn't have to buy a router. I didn't have to buy a belt sander on the next one, It's like, all right, I had to buy the belts. Yeah, but I mean, I could concentrate. And I used to be real good about bidding jobs. I mean, like realistic bids, like when you see a one-bedroom house in Hollywood, and, Hollywood, California, where all the movie stars or whatever want to live, really. So anyway, you see one of them little one-bedroom houses, and it's like $1 million. That doesn't reflect the effort that went into building it, which was not $1 million, But you know what I mean. But I from how I used to bid carpentry jobs, my boss would get me to bid a job just because he said I bid low, and I probably did, compared to him. But he always had cash in his pocket now, always. I'd be like, hey, Billy, let me borrow 20, man, until Friday. Oh, I got it's 100. I'd be like, oh, man. He always had a bunch of them bills in his pocket, ready. he knew that it would get paid back one way or another. And, well, anyway. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to try to take a shower. I'm going to try to ride and get something to eat. I gotta buy some groceries. I don't know if Mom's gonna make it out. We gotta get some supplies like that I can carry. My bike. I got a basket, and well, it's not. Man, I've been trying to get a new bike for since before the house burned. I was working on that bike, and now I've kind of given up on it. So I don't think I can get it going. I'm stuck with this crappy old chain drive, top speed, slow bicycle, that I've had for 10 years, man. I don't get an upgrade. I don't think I can afford to do it now, so screw it. I got the bike I like, but I don't know. I was supposed to do it a long time ago. Every month, something else comes up. One thing, though, I do have, I'm really glad that I got to use my saw today, which is a pretty saw. But I didn't buy it because it's pretty. I bought it because I used them for many, many years. I've noticed this is a lot heavier than the ones. I know I've gotten weaker from not working like I used to, but I really have. And it sucks. I'm an old weak man. I am, compared to what I was. But oh hell, I used to be strong. But this saw right here, it weighs a lot more. But you know what? The way it performs, the way it is, it's just gold. I mean, they used to sell it with a fancy little plastic case. And they did away with that because most people just kicked them to the curb. They might use them for a month. That it's like throw it in the trash. You carry that around. But it cut so nice. I mean, the cuts I did, it was just. It's not like some of the cheap ones scream. And I have had the cheap ones when I was younger. When I couldn't lay out the kind of money that I wanted to for my tools. I have had the screamer where the crew leader come up and says, "Hey, I'll give you $25. Let me throw that off the roof right now." Be like, "No, man, it's mine." So anyway, I think here we are at 56 minutes. We're going to call this an hour program. I did show you the piece of wood that I cut. It's nothing fancy. The layout was everything, measuring, and I didn't really even. The only thing I measured with was to make sure that this line was parallel. The rest of it, I lined it out. Sometimes on small things, you can do that. You can hold it up there and you can say, okay, here, and you can mark it. Be very careful when you draw your lines and when you make your cuts. But I made the groove cuts. I used a handsaw for some of this. I used a, where's my handsaw? I've had this handsaw. It's the original one that they came out with, the little short one. And it's still sharp, and I use it strictly for wood. What else are you going to use it for? But I mean, I can. It's got a nice cut to it, and I like using hand tools like a hand plane. I've got some hand planes that sometimes you can get some rough oak from like a pallet or a dunnage stick. Dunnage being when they load stuff onto a truck, they'll put a piece of oak, like if it's a round culvert or something. Sometimes they'll put a big old chunk of oak there to hold it so it doesn't roll around, in addition to the chains and stuff. And the rough oak, they throw it away. It's been used up by. And you can get that. You can sometimes get a nice surface on them. I mean, I used to build all kinds of nice small stuff. Like I used to make cigarette boxes where you could they were thin. You cut them very thin. It was best to have a table saw when you did it. You could cut that oak real thin, and you could glue it together, and you could put a slot on it so it had a top, and make very nice cigarette cases. And I used to do that, and real strong, and oak just glues very well. There's boxes I have somewhere around. I think I've still got some of them that I made like 20, 25 years ago to hold screws. Just glue them together, to hold small screws and stuff. All right, guys, we're cutting it. I'm going to try to come back. If I don't and I'm dead, you'll fucking, you won't know it. You'll be like, hey, where'd that old stupid drunken old man go? But anyway, hang in there. I want to do some more. I want to do more stuff with my saw. I can do some cool shit with the saw. And I have a couple of guitarists I'd like to bring on because they got some fancy guitars and they got some. I played a little bit of guitar when I was young, but I always had too much work to do. I was got to work, couldn't hang out, till 3:00 in the morning with you guys every night, drinking beer and singing and stuff, and when you go to work at early in the morning, you can't do that a whole lot. So I got away from the guitars, but I still respect them. I still think they're coolest, and I wish I could play. I mean, it takes time, and it takes insight too. The only time I ever understood sheet music was when I was taking physics, and I swear I could see the harmonics, I could see the scale and how it worked and everything, and I could see the music. I said, "Wow!" And then about 3 weeks later, we were on to a different thing, and it totally disappeared. You know, I was like, damn. So that was pretty cool that I could actually. I had never been in the band, and I could see that stuff. You know. All right, I'm gonna go. I'm seriously hungry. I'm seriously dirty. I'm seriously tired, and I just want to go eat and rest and get off my freaking legs for a while. I mean, lay down, man. I lay down. It's just like such. I don't get a chance to do it much anymore. I'm thinking about finding a ditch somewhere. You know, in the rainy season you can't do that, but right now it's the dry season. But you got to watch out for the snakes and the ants and stuff. You know, I might be able to find a ditch somewhere. I mean, I'm sure I won't be able to. If I get an hour there, it'd be great. You know, but I did that Thanksgiving a few years ago. All right, guys, I'll see you. If you see my technical advisor out there, tell her to get her butt over here. I need some help. All right, and see you guys. Bye. I hope I'll be back. I freaking hope. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Get off there. I need music.